later on. But for now, it's time to look at the next teams that are coming on. It's Singapore versus Thailand. And this, of course, is a Group B encounter. Harish, I'm going to leave you to do the honors for Team Singapore.
Let's go with the Singapore squad. We've got Nathan Alexander Young, Philip Distor Joseph, Brendan Noble, James Liao, Matthew Lim, Muhammad Jamian, Braden Yu, Ebi, Lucky Triumpho, Shankar Castor Kumar, Jonathan Leong, and Aiman Ikram, coached by Singapore legend himself, Ismail Kadir.
So let's get straight ahead with the Thailand team, which will include Wichapol Dekmani, Batsakon Thongma, Paripong Wachirabunjong, Sada Teratian Warakit, Pachara Polpatapi, Napan Denlampai, Aditep, Kiat Patanachai, Thanakit Charkrachai, Sarujanda, Kertkau Wechokitikon, Akarin Titi Sakulwit, and Siravat Wisit Kitikon. Their coach, of course, is Thanyawit Kwansit.
Now Thailand, of course, if you're just tuning in, attacking right to left in the blue and yellow hoops, and Singapore with their predominantly red jersey. This is the younger of, or rather the more development of the Singapore team. A couple of university boys in this squad, a couple of boys in the polytechnics, which is great for the game. Good to see them still playing.
Well, I think it's such a massive opportunity. If I was in school or university, Harish, and being given a chance to represent your country, in any form, that's really one of the highest honors that you can have. And what an experience to be playing against the cream of the crop from the region.
Exactly. I mean, there's no bigger stage than being out here at Jurong West, the Wild Wild West of Jurong. It's good to see teams from the region come in. Once again, it's not only the men that are out here playing rugby, we have the ladies as well, which are coming up later this afternoon as well. A couple of games they played, but on screen right now, Singapore versus Thailand.
Well, I was about to call them the roses of the sport, and then I saw them training, and I said, okay, I'm just going to hold that back for a tad bit. I mean, it's lovely. The ladies bring a certain elegance to the sport. They're rough and tough as well, extremely fast. But yes, that is so needed in a sport like this. From seeing a lot of our, tough lads to seeing very, very competitive, women on the pitch. Having said that,
Thailand taking the Route 1 approach there, right up the middle. Unlucky penalty given away there by Singapore. Thailand looking to put some pressure on Singapore.
Well, almost thought that he had got it across for just the time being, but that's some great work being done by Team Singapore.
Held it up, made sure he didn't release the ball. This is Brendan Noble there, one of the bigger boys in the Singapore squad, taking it up. Brennan, a current student at Temasek Poly. He's been playing in the sevens team for a while now. That's Shankar.
Well, Shankar almost shrugging off the opposition.
Apologies, that was Philip Distor Joseph taking the ball up. Great player, Philip. Unfortunately, Singapore got to the breakdown a bit too late, and Thailand turned over that for a penalty.
So, well, Thailand do win the benefit of that call. Let's very quickly remind you that right amidst the heat here and the humidity, of course, we do have some great electrolytes, as Harish pointed out earlier, and that's because the C7s has been brought to you by our partner EOS and H2O. EOS H2O is an isotonic drink that effectively helps to replenish lost fluids, minerals, and electrolytes for the high-performance athlete. Tastes better than some of the other isotonic drinks that I've had. Having said that, Harish, I don't remember having ever had it for the cause of sport. I've always just had it for pleasure.
Well, it is hot out here in Singapore, so if you're coming down, stay hydrated, folks. Thailand there with a half break. Balls out, Singapore acting fast there. Singapore seemed to be rushing it, I think, Glenn. and forcing some errors. And as I said, penalty, quick tap, and Thailand across the white line.
Well, I think Thailand just, taking advantage of the situation. They're extremely well done by Napan, then Lampai. Well, broke away, had it fairly easy for that part. So the first try will go to Thailand. I think you're so right about that. You did mention a lot of our Singapore lads in this team tend to be a bit younger. I think they've got off onto a very quick foot, a little hasty or impulsive, in their movement and decisions. I think they've just got to pull back a little bit and maybe take a closer look at the opposition.
Yeah, I think they should be a bit more calm, I feel. But hey, this is where experience is gained, and there's no better way to do that, playing against other countries. Lots of these boys, some of them are going to be called up for, I think there's a university games happening in France in a couple of weeks or in the next few months. Some of them definitely going to be in that squad. The level of rugby there is going to be pretty much higher or of the same. But hey, this is some good warm-up and good experience for those boys going up to France.
Oh, absolutely. I think, that's great grooming. And, some of the lads, of course, just as you mentioned earlier, do also play on foreign shows, like in the Singapore A team. And that exposure really, does a world of good for the sport in the country and for the lads here. So Team Singapore, they will want to get their own back here. Remember, Thailand, just one of those teams you can't write off at any point of time in any sport.
No chance at all. Big sporting culture. I watched, I was in Malaysia last year, I watched a soccer game between Malaysia and Thailand, and gosh, their traveling fans were huge, and the culture's really there.
Oh, they play out of their skins. I've seen the football team in action. Matter of fact, I did get a chance. I was actually covering the floorball event last year, and I saw a year before last, and I did see Team Thailand. They just ran right over all the other teams there, right down to even Team Philippines, which was one of the strong powers in that sport. So,
bunch of fit folks out there. I mean, they're really fit. They train really
take
hard.
It very seriously, absolutely seriously.
Big sporting cultures in their schools and universities.
And after work, don't forget, you can just walk in and join any futsal team and have a game.
Exactly. I'm sure some of the, I played against Vajrawood College in Thailand a couple of times myself. I'm sure some of these boys are either still there or from there as well. Great sporting school. Thailand there taking a couple of big bumps off the Singapore players. A bit like a pinball match out there.
Well, certainly looking like it, but they still hold on to possession.
Big show and go from Thailand's number 6. Big leg drive. Singapore definitely on the back foot here. What does he do here? Taken down. That was Brandon Noble.
Well, every time you want to take advantage of the situation, and they've done that before, Team Thailand. Well, just getting the benefit of the call from the referee too, and I think that makes such a huge difference. So, Team Thailand definitely in here as they lead in this game at 10 points. Can they convert this time around? Just extend that to 12. I think that's a big one. Team Singapore just struggling a tad bit.
Well, we are still in, I would believe the referee's going to call first half right after this conversion attempt. Still lots of rugby left. What do you think Coach Izzy is going to tell the Singapore boys at halftime, Glenn?
Well, I think he's going to tell them to read the opposition's game. That's the most important part here, Harish, because just as we've hit halftime and Thailand lead 10 points to 0, I must say it's not a huge lead. It's something that's still,
yeah, it's definitely something any team can come back from. Like I said earlier on, stranger things have happened in the game of sevens. But hey, Singapore definitely need to pull up the socks. They have the potential, they have the talent, they have the experience. But Thailand doing fantastic and having a 10-0 lead on the host country. Great rugby out here today.
So Thailand just taking that lead to solidify their position. Now it's left to be seen what happens, as they continue with the action here. There's still a lot left. There's still another half to go. And Singapore and Team Thailand will continue with the action in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. So it's an interesting affair right there in the first part. Now here in the second. Well, I think that's smartly done. Team Singapore now responding a bit stronger. Wichapol Dekmani, well, tackled there by Brandon Noble. I think that's important. You really want to keep a watch. And you know, you were just asking me, Harish, as to what the coach would have said. And I think maybe that's what the coach would have said. You've got to stop them in their tracks and stop them from just getting, you know, getting it so easy.
Any front foot ball, yeah. I mean, in game of sevens, you need to shut the doors, shut the defense. But Thailand with a wonderful counter on the line-out attempt of Singapore. Thailand on the break.
Well, does want to break free, just shrugs off. There. Well, any opposition there. Pachara Polpatapi. So it's another try here for Team Thailand. He's a strong lad, isn't he?
He is. He's fended off Lucky. Lucky is one of the boys. Been in the 7 setup for a while. Young guy, really fast. Great on the 15 spark as well. But wow, that just shows how quickly the game can go.
So looking to convert here right now is Akarin. And well done there as Akarin Titi Sakulwit. Well, converts the first one for Team Thailand. They missed out on the earlier 2 conversions. They're up to 17 points. Now that's an interesting, well, scoreline.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, we've got Singapore against Thailand right now at the C7s. Thailand in the yellow and blue hoops, and Singapore with the red and white. Thailand kickoff. Great kick there, great positioning. But unfortunately, Singapore did not retrieve that. Ball is back in Thailand's possession. Singapore working hard on defense there. Thailand really working hard off the ball again to position and get into some great attacking shape.
That's the first slip up that I've seen from them.
Yeah. Brandon Noble going in for a big hit, but missed out there. Thailand still trucking forward.
Sarajanda.
Try time, Thailand.
It's the second one for him. Well, always makes it a point to skip rather than run across. Just
He's
the way he
being
likes to finish.
energy efficient, I would say, Glenn.
Conservation. Well, that's a very good point.
I'm glad we had a lift to get up to the 3rd floor here instead of taking the stairs.
And that's well done there. So Team Thailand definitely holding on to that very strong lead. It's a second conversion as well from them. So they're up to 24 points. And
weather is actually cooling down here out in Jurong.
You were just talking about taking taking the elevator up, and you know, as being lucky. And I have to say, my Japanese friends totally frown on that. It's like an insult to the human feet, they think.
Thailand to kick off. Unfortunately, this one goes short. It is going to be a free kick to Singapore. Let's see what they can do from this opportunity. Singapore not really had a chance to work out some set moves in place, but let's see what happens now. swinging the ball wide. Was Braden Yu with the ball, taking it up.
I think it's Jonathan Leong now. Just getting it back. Did see a bit of initiative from this lad earlier. That's Eberendu.
It's Braden with a break, playing what's in front of him. Singapore with potentially some numbers on the wing. I think that would be Brendan. Going to get the pop. There he is. Brendan with a big fend. Big lad, Brendan is. Unfortunately, steps out. Free kick, actually, to Thailand. There was a form of infringement there from the Singapore players. Thailand in no rush to restart the play. They've got a comfortable lead right now, Glenn.
Well, absolutely. I think they just kind of they take it fast when they do get the ball, but at most other times they're very chilled out, and there's good reason for that.
Great boys, great bunch of boys.
It's absolutely the best way to reboot, isn't it?
I walked by their little training where they're set up early on, and they had some nice beats and tunes going on as well.
Well, looking to make a few inroads here, and now a quick run. Well, not for too long. Stopped there dead in his tracks by Pachara, and that was Lucky Anthony. There's always a good bit of work to be done, but Team Singapore still was struggling to get well up to speed, with the Thai defense being fairly organized and strong. So I think that's been a real worry for Team Singapore. And as we near the end of this encounter, let's not forget that we are into our last bit.
Singapore there with a penalty for them. Can they get themselves on the scoreboard, Glenn?
Always a tough call, isn't it? Mohamed Jamian.
It's Ibi with the ball.
And that's
Ayman there.
Ayman.
Ayman, who plays prop in the 15s variant. Big, strong boy. Did the hard work. And Nathan Yong crosses over.
Well, set that up well for Nathan Yong. So Nathan, of course, salvaging a bit of pride here for Team Singapore. And you did speak of Ayman. Ayman will be training with you all later in the day.
He is young and upcoming talent, studying at Singapore Management University. Future lawyer. Skipped a week of training to finish his law exams, but good to see him back on the park, contributing to the Singapore flag. Conversion unsuccessful, and we might have a couple of seconds left in the game. That we have Jamian on the screen. Good player, plays for the Saints RFC club here in Singapore. Had a wonderful season in the 15s, but super useful, super good player in the 7s variant as well. Good to see him out here.
So all said and done, Team Singapore really trying to get their own back here, Harish. But I think it's a little bit too late. All the same, just as we mentioned, always a good experience to play against a team like Thailand, and there's so much to draw from it. So here we have it. The referee, of course, bringing this encounter to an end. Let's not forget that we are, well, still left with two more games, two more exciting games coming up in this session. But for now, let's very quickly remind you that it's Singapore 5, Thailand 24 in this fourth game of the late morning session. Thailand versus Malaysia, with the ladies taking to the pitch later on. So Harish, quick points from this game. Were you satisfied with the Singapore team's performance so far, just before they finish off? We've still got a few seconds left in it.
Well, I mean, they definitely put in their heart and effort. You know, some definite improvements need to be done in defense, and you know, taking the ball up. But hey, it's good to see lots of young boys in this squad. And like I said, you know, lots of them are in school. Exams just ended. You know, they probably were not on the strongest training regime, but these boys are making the most out of it and doing well.
So that's interesting. Just of course let you know, it was a referee who called a scrum a while back. Well, almost thought that they were going to bring that to an end, but there's still a bit of time left in this. Team Singapore will just trying to pick up the bits here, and it might be good for them if they can.
Jaman there spraying the ball out. That was Lucky with up and under. Can he collect the ball? He does.
Well done there. Lucky Anthony's got the name right there.
Lucky Triunfo. What a try.
So it's 24-10. There's still space for a conversion.
But that's Evans, right, Glenn? Play what's in front of you. Lucky took the opportunity there and reaped the rewards. Let's see if he can convert his own try. And he does.
So well done here.
Another 7 points there to Singapore. As I said, that referee blows the whistle. Game ends 24-12 to Thailand.
So last burst of energy there from Team Singapore, and well done, I'd say, to the lads to bring on the points. Will be interesting to watch these boys get onto the pitch well later on, and probably next year will be quite amazing to watch them, to see them develop. So up next we've got the ladies who will take to the pitch, and it's going to be interesting as Thailand go up against Malaysia. Don't go anywhere, stay with us right here at the Jurong West Sports Centre.